Each year, during the Easter season, the Croix chapters observe a solemn ceremonial known as the Feast of the Paschal Lamb. During this occasion, it is also our custom to reflect upon the valuable moral lessons imparted to us by the great master teacher, perpetuated within our traditional symbols and allegories. And it is a time of remembrance for departed brothers who've gone before us into that undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns. And what finer means of honoring their memory than taking a few moments to consider the roots from which the fruits of our common bond have flowered. The many elements of the Croix degrees have been considered by some to be the spiritual heart of the Scottish Rite, and as such, among some of the more significant in the whole of Freemasonry. Take the cross, for example, which has been a sacred emblem from the earliest antiquity of the interaction of the spiritual and material, the above and below, life as emanating from deity, and the rose a symbol of the dawn and of resurrection. Together, they may be viewed as representing hope in the dawn of an everlasting life. Such symbols, and the lessons they teach, are a distinct departure and advance from the symbolism and teaching of the preceding degrees, which deal with the supports of the first temple and the attempt to restore and maintain the old worship in yet a second, reared upon the ruins of the first, neither of which endured. Truth has ever been concealed in symbol and allegory, to be interpreted by each according to their own faith. For in no other way can Masonry retain its universal character as a means of inspiring hope that that day of truth will dawn at last, and that one spiritual brotherhood shall extend throughout the entire world. And therefore we encourage and empower each other to press on through timeless stories of the heroic adventures of wandering neophytes and earnest seekers of truth, searching for a new temple, a new law, and a new word. Ultimately, we discover this to be a temple of the heart, a law of warm and intimate human virtues, which even the simplest and humblest soul may practice, exemplifying that perfected life which all can understand and take as a guide, an inspiration, and a model for our own unique journey throughout this life's challenges. In this, we learn to stand against indifference and intolerance, demonstrating that every noble heart is God's temple, and that we ought to labor together, helping to establish that reign of love and peace which becomes the title of builder, brother, and mason. So from this day forward, in honor of all those who have gone before, may we ever exemplify fidelity in all of our obligations, constancy under difficulty, passing out of darkness into further light. May the work of our souls in developing the virtues of patience and gentleness be as important to us as that of earning our daily bread. May the beauty of love, the charm of friendship, the sacredness of sorrow, the heroism of patience, and the nobility of self-sacrifice make of our lives ones to be lived indeed in all their grandeur and power. For these are the priceless treasures and glory of our humanity. Is it not the duty of mankind to gather together those fragments of the divine revelation which are scattered amidst individual hearts and reconcile them into one harmonious whole? Is it not written that it's we who have been given this ministry of reconciliation? Even so, may we recognize within all upright traditions a basis of truth, in all righteous disciplines the essence of a true morality, for all that advance the cardinal tenets as teachers and reformers of mankind deserve our respect. Just as Masonry has her mission to perform, she invites all of good report to enlist under that one common banner which always stands against the darkness of ignorance, superstition, and fear. Finally, my brethren, family, and friends, may we ever remember the sacrifice of our forebears with solemn recognition. For whatsoever may be won without suffering and sacrifice is generally little valued and often discarded. Let us take upon ourselves the mantle they have laid aside and press onward in understanding that beyond mere information there lies knowledge, a knowing or gnosis as in the Greek, which always creates a change in those who will receive it. We can't acquire true knowledge and remain the same person. Part of the price of knowledge is the willingness to change, to be transformed in some way. So in this, being transformed by the renewal of our hearts and minds, proving that good and perfect will of God, may we truly honor the memory of our loved ones.